This is Michael Zimmerman for Infowars.com. We are here at the U.S. Capitol with Michael, the leader of Blacks for Trump, and some other members of his organization. They are here out in support of Roger Stone, who is currently inside being questioned in a witch hunt by the House Intelligence Committee. So what brought y'all all the way up from Florida to support Roger Stone?
Well, what brought us up here is to support Roger Stone because we're supporting President Trump and everything that he's doing, and we know they're doing a witch hunt. They're trying to go through Roger Stone to get to President Trump some kind of way. This is the way the Democrats operate. They're very hateful, vengeful people, and most of them are, like, some of them are Democrats right in the Republican Party. Now, you might call them Republicans, like Susan Collins, John McCain, what's that other guy's name? Jeff Flake. I want to mention him. You got Susan Collins, Jeff Flake, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell. Boy, he's naming for me. Okay, those guys, they're all part of the Mormon religion. Most of them are Cherokee Indians. But the point is that these are the ones that run America. They're upset with Trump because in 1993 he stood against them and wonder why they don't have to pay taxes and why does he have to shut down his club at 2 while he's selling alcohol when they can stay open 24/7? Why aren't they regulated like he's regulated? Why do they do white people like this and black people like this, but the Indians are free in our country? The black man and the white man built. We built the country and they're living for free, and then we give them money every month and we give them money to even run businesses. It's crazy. But so I'm here to support President Trump and Mr. Roger Stone, because in Stone we trust. Because the man helped President Trump get in. Now they want to make it look like he's doing some Russian stuff. I mean, this is insane. If Russia beat you, then how in the world could you win any election, Miss Hillary Clinton? Go ahead.
And we put out a video early this morning right as Roger was walking in, his full testimony, because they would not let this be a public event. They want to, say all these things about him and have, the media have a field day just speculating while Roger's inside there. Roger said, let's make this public. Let's release the transcript. He's not afraid. He's got nothing to hide.
Right.
He didn't work with any Russians, but this whole committee has made it so it's a private hearing. So you actually recently made national headlines when you were behind President Trump at a rally in Arizona,
yes,
holding a sign. Can you tell us some about the media backlash from that?
Well, first I want to respond to that. Isaiah 48:16, the Bible says, I am the Lord. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning, from the time that it was, there am I. So Roger Stone is acting like God. Like President Trump, he's acting like God, because Matthew 5:48 says, be like God. The Democrats are doing everything in secret. So that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they are Democrats. Now, the backlash I got from the press was that they are upset that a black man, because one of the people from CNN ran up to me before I walked onto the stage to stand behind Trump. He ran up to me and said, I know you're not going to get behind Trump now because he's a racist and that'll make you an Uncle Tom and a coon and everything else. And I told him, go to HE double toothpicks. And I commenced to going on the stage because I was like one of the first 8 to come into the auditorium. So I walked onto the stage and stood in position to stand behind him. And after I did that, they've been beating me down ever since, because that's what they call slave beating. They beat you to death. And this is Willie Lynch's letter on how to make the black man a slave forever. They beat you to death in front of all of the other black people and then make everybody else scared to stand for the truth. You can have brothers right out here with me. They will not stand beside me or with me because they're afraid. They're ashamed of being seen as a black man that's standing for Trump. So what I'm going to do is, I got my band, and I'm going to go, and this is one of our saxophone players used to play with the Barcades here. And we got all kind of great musicians. We got the Supreme, the Platters, the Marvelettes, and a whole bunch of stars that are going to open up for Trump if he allows me, so that they cannot say that there are no black people for Trump. Because right beside me now, it was a black woman from Alabama. Thick lips, thick nose, but they had the nerve. I mean, standing right beside me, all the videos show her, and you know what they said? I was the only black person there. Insane. It was 2 black guys right above me, a big fat black woman on the corner at the same event, and yet they made it look like I was the only black person in the whole event. And then they beat me to death saying I'm no good, that I hate my own people. Some of them said I'm not black. How is that? My mother her grandmother was a slave. My great-great-granddaddy was a slave on my dad's side. I'm trying to figure out, how am I not black when I was in slavery and I'm getting beat to death with everybody else? How am I not a black man? But that's what the press does. They try to crush you at all costs. They try to, whatever it takes to make Trump look bad. Oh, he's a criminal.
Well, and that's what they're doing to Roger Stone here today.
Right.
And we'll see what the press ends up coming out with. CNN was downstairs earlier about to shoot a little news piece. So you know what they're going to come up with. But we're going to see how things develop here today in Washington, D.C. with the trial of Roger Stone, or the hearing of Roger Stone, sorry, with the House Intelligence Committee. Thank you, Michael.